Hey, time for more WikiLeaks magic! The world's 9 greatest magic tricks finally revealed. You know, the number of magicians in the world is really small. Only one person out of 25,000 people knows how to perform magic tricks. And you're about to become one of them, as we're going to tell you the secrets of the most brilliant magic tricks ever. So make yourself comfortable and listen up. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you'll always be the first one to see all our new videos. Counting down from number 9, Darcy Oake's Dove Illusion. In Season 8 of Britain's Got Talent, the audience was both shocked and amazed by Canadian illusionist Darcy Oake, who performed several magic tricks with doves. In one of them, the magician makes a pigeon appear from a burnt feather. But how did he do it? Easy. The feather that Darcy showed the audience before lighting it up is actually a piece of special paper known as flash paper. It is commonly used by magicians when they wish to create large flashes of fire in order to hide brisk moments of illusion from the audience. And that's exactly what Darcy did. Using the fire, he quickly got the pigeon from a secret pocket in his sleeve. And that's how the magic of this trick is born. Number 8. The Rising Card.
Imagination.
This next trick is very popular among both professional magicians and complete beginners. Plus, it's one of the easiest tricks to do as well. We're talking about the card trick, where the illusionist asks a spectator to randomly choose any card from the deck and place it back. Then the magician makes some magical moves, and the spectator's card is popped out of from the deck. So, what is the secret to this illusion? It's pretty simple, actually. When placing the card back in the deck, the magician puts it in front of a card with a special mechanism, a small pad that sticks to the card and moves it upwards. This creates the illusion of it popping out of the deck. So just practice a little bit, and you'll be ready to awe your friends with this one. Number 7. A card on a can. Here's another card trick for you to master. And now it's no pick-a-card one. Have you ever seen an illusionist taking a card and somehow making a can stand on top of it? Seems impossible to do, right? Not at all. In fact, any beginner can easily pull this off. If you take a closer look from another perspective, you will see that the card a magician uses is actually T-shaped. You can easily make this card at home by taking 2 ordinary cards and sticking them together in such a way that they create a T-shape. This way, it's no big deal to make a can or bottle stand up on top of the card. But the audience, who doesn't know your little secret, will definitely be impressed. Number 6. A phone in a bottle. The famous street trick that you're about to learn goes like this. A magician holds some plastic bottle or any other container in his hand. He shows everyone that it's an ordinary empty bottle and gives it to someone to prove it. Then the magician asks for someone's phone. 1, 2, 3, and voila! The phone has magically passed through the wall of the bottle and ends up inside of it. How does it even work? Well, there are several ways of doing the trick. We're going to explain the most popular one, which is all about the magic equipment. The magician wears a special finger stall with a small but sharp blade. After showing the audience that the bottle is whole, he secretly cuts a line in it that's big enough to push the phone through. No magic is necessary here, really, just sleight of hand. Woohoo! Number 5. Twisting an iPhone. The famous magician Dynamo performed this trick in front of people on the streets, leaving the audience in shock. He took an iPhone from one of the spectators and magically rotated its center, leaving it in a half-screen, half-back state. I bet the phone's owner was incredibly relieved when he changed the phone back to normal. But seriously, how is that possible? Quite simple, actually. The magician prepared a half-back cover of an iPhone and quickly put it over the screen while performing the trick. When Dynamo showed his audience the iPhone, he showed it from the back. Then, covering the device with both hands, he rotates it entirely, showing the screen side with a half-back cover over it. From the side, it looks like the phone was twisted, but we assure you that no iPhone was harmed that day. And there you have it, a trick that will definitely make your spectators both nervous and stunned. Number 4. Jamie Raven's Lemon Trick. Another talented magician from Britain's Got Talent, Jamie Raven, in his final magic trick, got a signed note by Alicia, one of the judges, out from a lemon that was kept intact in front of her since the start of the show. Now, that's some real magic right there. I mean, how could he possibly do that? Again, all you have to do is follow the steps closely. When Alicia signed the note, Jamie folded it and showed the audience. While he was folding the note, he had a palmed piece of paper in his hands that he instantly switched to. Now, with the signed note still in his hand, he took a bag from Alicia and, with the note in his hand, reached into the bag, stuffed the lemon, and took it out, showing the audience only one side of it. When Alicia took out the note, he very quickly closed it and put it away because there was actually a hole in the bottom of the lemon where he stuffed the note inside. You can actually find a video of this amazing performance on YouTube if you want to take a closer look. Even though he made it seem effortless, you'll need a lot of practice to do this one. Still, the look of astonishment in everybody's eyes definitely is worth it. Number 3. Turning water into ice in a second. Tricks with water are also very common among magicians. For example, the one where the illusionist pours some water into a cup, and a moment later it's turned into a cube of ice. As you've probably already guessed, the trick here lies in the cup itself. The thing is, it already contains a piece of ice along with a sponge that's the same color as the cup. The sponge is fixed to the bottom of the cup and will absorb water that is poured in. So when the magician turns the cup upside down, the ice falls into his hand while the water remains in the sponge. Right magic equipment, sleight of hands, some practice, and this trick will easily become part of your illusion program. Number 2. Passing through the wall. Imagine a magician's performance. Numerous lights are lighting up the stage, and the only thing there is a wall that looks and feels very realistic. A magician approaches the wall from one side, and the assistants hide him with special screens on wheels. The exact same construction is put on another side of the wall. A few seconds later, the magician appears on the opposite side of the wall. A huge round of applause as the spectators are shocked and thrilled. And although it may seem like Hogwarts magic, the performance is quite easy. There's a special V-shaped tunnel going under the wall. That's why the spectators who study the wall and how solid it is don't find anything. The wall is completely okay. It's the floor that's not. The magician needs just a fraction of a second to go through the small tunnel going under the wall and stand on the other side of it. And there you go. Way to leave the audience speechless. And number 1. David Copperfield's Saw Death. When we think of magicians, the first name that comes to pretty much everyone's mind is David Copperfield. And it's no surprise, since he's one of the best-known classic magicians ever. A lot of aspiring magicians are inspired by him and his work. So let's reveal the secret behind one of his favorite tricks, the Death Saw Magic Act. And yes, it's this famous trick where the magician splits himself in half using a giant saw blade. Sounds brutal, right? In order to perform the illusion, Copperfield actually used an assistant for the latter part of his body. Together, they seem to be just a single person. The secret of this trick is in the table beneath and the tiny gap between the tables that the saw blade can easily pass through. Copperfield's legs were bent into the table, and the assistant's upper body was hidden in the table below. So they were both completely safe while the audience was going crazy. Truly legendary. As you can see, magic is much easier than it seems to be. With good preparation, you can easily do it yourself. So, which one of these tricks would you like to perform? Tell us in the comments below. And don't forget to share this video with your friends and click subscribe to stay with us on the bright side of life.